This inquiry has been called the trial of Boris Johnson, with intense criticism of the dithering and dysfunction at the heart of his government. One of the most incendiary claims made about the former Prime Minister during the pandemic is that he once said he'd prefer to let the bodies pile high than have a second lockdown. Today, his former Chief of Staff reveals it was true. He'd heard it. His statement to the inquiry states, "The R number was rising. A circuit breaker was proposed in response to this increase, and the Health Secretary was pushing hard for this to take place. However, the opposition to any form of lockdown was intense. I remember the PM saying in September 2020 that he would rather let the bodies pile high than impose another lockdown." Asked about it today, Lord Lister said this.
We'd had the summer. Hospitality had opened up. There was immense pressure to keep the economy moving forward. This was the debate that was going on. Do you now lock down or do you keep going?
Boris Johnson has always denied making the comment after a newspaper published the claim 6 months later. At the time, his cabinet ministers were told to deny it.
It's not true. It's been categorically denied by practically everyone. We're getting into the sort of comedy chapter now of these gossip and stories.
And Johnson was categorical when Keir Starmer asked him about it in Parliament.
Prime Minister.
No, Mr. Speaker, and I think the right honourable gentleman is a lawyer, I'm given to understand. I think that if he's going to repeat allegations like that, he should come to this House and substantiate those allegations.
The quote was publicly attributed to the Prime Minister 2 years ago by Dominic Cummings, after the two had a dramatic falling out. What's so significant about what we've just heard is that Lord Lister remains an ally of Boris Johnson. They worked together for more than a decade, and he was supportive of Boris Johnson in his evidence, saying that the decisions around lockdown were extremely difficult and, understandably, tensions were running high. Boris Johnson's spokesman said he'd be giving his evidence to the inquiry in due course. Just a comment in the heat of the moment, but one that appears to reveal so much more. Tamara Cohen, Sky News.